welterweight bit down on his mouthpiece and fought on, eventually stopping his foe in the third round. Tonight, the unbeaten Barlow returns to face Octagon newcomer Nikolai Veretennikov. 3-0 with 3 finishes since his appearance on Season 5 of Dana White's Contender Series, Kazakhstan's Veretennikov fought hard for this opportunity, and he's determined to make the most of it. Coming up next, Danny, left hand to God Barlow, takes on Nikolai Veretennikov.
Octagon's this way for Nikolai Veretennikov. Representing Kazakhstan and the USA, living in Southern California, and he's had Beneil Dariush, the longtime UFC lightweight contender, in his corner, kind of showing him the ropes. But he's been in this building before, Paul, several years ago. Dana White's Contender Series, it was Season 5, so way back in 2021. Since then, he's taken care of his business. He's unbeaten. He's finished all of his opponents. That's what got him the call tonight to return to the Octagon.
And we see it time and time again, right? Seeing these athletes go on the Contender Series, maybe it doesn't go your way. You're facing the best prospects from outside of the UFC to try to get that opportunity. And it didn't work out for him. And he fought Michael Morales, who's a very, very promising prospect himself. This is a great fight to make your UFC debut on, taking somebody like Danny Barlow, because you know this is a striker's delight. This is what both these men do best, go out there and put it on the line on the feet. So I'm excited to see how this is going to play out, see who can kind of implement their game plan, to see who maybe is going to mix things up and show that they've got some versatility.
Yeah, that's right. Against Michael Morales, as you said, a very, very difficult matchup for anybody. You know, he still had some really good moments. Since then, well, immediately after that, he actually had 2 years away from the sport because he was struggling to find matchups. Then he had 3 fights with the UFL, all stoppages, so the man's absolutely flying. Trains in Huntington Beach, King's MMA. Down there, they've got some of the best fighters in the world. One of the very best coaches in the world in Rafael Cordero from Shooter Box. So he's ready for this moment right now, and I'm excited for this matchup with Danny Barlow.
Many fight fans expect a high ceiling for this fighter from Memphis, Tennessee. Danny Barlow, undefeated 8-0, and looking to make it 2 for 2 in the UFC. Charlie Arnold, his Octagon side, is really trying to build an MMA scene in his home city of Memphis.
Yeah, this guy is an all-around athlete. I had no idea, just like the rest of us, he's spending some of his spare time, of course, when he hasn't been training, watching the Olympic action. And it got him to reminiscing about how at one point, it was actually his goal to get to the Olympics for track and field. He said his best events while competing for Arkansas Baptist College of Little Rock, 200-meter sprint, also the long jump. Though when he reflects on the Olympics, you know, watching right now, he says he really would love to play basketball. A gold medal team they just won. He also played basketball earlier on in life. Also, we have to wish him a belated happy birthday. Just last week, he celebrated a birthday. He said he was celebrating by taking shots, guys. Shots of water, of course. Come on now.
Yes.
He says a win tonight will be his actual birthday present.
Well, I got excited there for a second. I thought we were all going to start taking shots. Before you, I mean, listen, I'm glad, first of all, he's not in the Olympics running track, because in the octagon, fighting, competing is where this man belongs. He is a natural fighter. I love watching him compete. He's fast, he's long, he's quick, he's very precise. You say he broke his arm in the first minute in his last fight. It did not look like him. He still got the job done in sensational fashion.
Welcome back. Here's your tail of the tape for a slugfest we figure it to be at welterweight. This tail of the tape is brought to you by eBay Motors. Danny Barlow, 5 years younger than Nikolai Veretennikov, who's a UFC newcomer tonight. Barlow stands 1 inch taller. This weight by the smallest of margins, a quarter-pound heavy before doctors stopped him weight cutting. He's got a 4-inch edge in reach as he looks to stay undefeated. Inside the octagon we go to Joe Martinez.
Well, fight fans, we are set to go with the next fight tonight. 3 rounds is scheduled in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing you first, fighting out of the blue corner. His background, combat sambo. At 6 feet 1 inch tall, he weighed officially 170 1/2 pounds. In 16 fights, his record stands at 12 victories with 4 defeats. Fighting out of Huntington Beach, California, here is Nikola Veretennikov! And across the octagon stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in over the welterweight limit, 171 1/4 pounds. In 8 professional fights, he stands perfect with 8 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee, he is the undefeated left hand to God, Danny Barlow! And your referee in charge, Mike.
Yo, Mike, check.
All right, I'd have to get an official word from UFC flyweight Charles Johnson on if what Danny Barlow is sporting is a proper skullet or not. Charles Johnson has that unique hairstyle, back of head. Nonetheless, Danny Barlow looking unique. You know Memphis Blues in his undefeated pro career so far.
Ready to fight? Hell, let's go.
Barlow is in black, Veretennikov is in blue. That reference land for you, Michael. Memphis is a city known for its blues music.
Yes, I'm not a fool, Brendan.
There we go. I didn't think you were.
A man of the world.
Born in Cyprus.
Born in Cyprus, living in America, spent most of my life in England. Champion of the world as well, so have a bit of respect, Brendan. Okay? You know, Hall of Fame in my time.
Wow. Come on.
I built this game. Hey, what did you do? Local radio.
I did do some local radio at a certain
I know.
point.
Hey.
Veretennikov opening up with a shot to the body.
He does on the line. Come on, something.
Yeah,
Man, come on.
he does all the big shows.
I'm streaming, bro.
Vince Nation.
Anyway.
Barlow got through the
we haven't
first
had a
minute
good chuckle
without,
like that.
Yeah. Barlow broke his hand in the opening minute of his last fight.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, though, as I said
Roy
before.
landed it with the left hand.
Yeah,
ended the fight with the left hand still somehow. Oh, tried to time a knee to the body.
Yeah, so I think stylistically, when you look at, Danny Barlow, he's the showstopper. He's very skillful. But Veretennikov, you've got to watch this guy. He's maybe known as slick, but he's certainly just as dangerous. A second ago with that wild overhand swing that we saw.
It's like a hammer fist
Yeah,
from
standing
Barlow.
hammer fists.
Sniper.
Now, obviously orthodox southpaw for Barlow.
Hands up. Bad guy over there.
Rear hand, the power hand is such
Scanning
a
the
good weapon.
location.
Positioning yourself
Everything's
in
crystal
the right
clear.
spot.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, the speed of Barlow, it's unbelievable. It really is. It's so
Important out
quick.
for us. Take care.
Showing some good kicks in there as well.
Maneuvering to the target. Set here.
Speaking of Memphis, Brendan,
Over there.
we talked about
Got
how
that
they have a
sniper.
lot of resources down
Yeah.
in Memphis, and they're kind of winging it as they go along.
Killed
So far, doing very well.
Solid work.
8-0, undefeated.
Trying to really build the MMA scene in his home city.
Yeah. Quinton Rampage Jackson, former UFC light heavyweight champion and all-round MMA legend.
Got a
Also
hostile.
Memphis.
Barlow just out of range on that swing, and Veretennikov locks him up.
So this is going to be interesting because, as I was going to say, the striking looks amazing. I'm intrigued about the grappling side.
2 minutes to go, round one. That voice that you hear is Beneil Dariush. He's in the corner of Nikolai Veretennikov. Trains in Black House. Veretennikov left Kazakhstan, moved to Southern California a little more than 10 years ago. Barlow leaps in with another exchange. Big right from Veretennikov nearly caught the target.
Yeah, Barlow kind of swinging a little bit there, which I find kind of curious. With that speed advantage, the length, 5-inch reach advantage that he has, it's not the best idea to swing wild hooks. We saw a flying knee there a second ago. Last time he fought at UFC 298, he was leaping in the air every 15, 20 seconds.
Straight punches, step outside strike. Beautiful.
finding that foot position with the lead foot through the early going. Trip attempt, Barlow almost reversed it.
He can pull him back over that right leg and get the takedown. Good balance there from Veretennikov.
Right away! On him right away! On him right away!
Both guys trying extremely hard.
What'd you expect?
To the
There's
body.
nothing out here to see. You hang around that machine gunner too much. He's got you thinking we'll actually see action. There's nothing going on by me. Copy that. Same over here.
Got him. They're down.
Good.
Barlow locks his hands as they work along the fence, and round 2 is upcoming.
Stop! Good job, guys.
I'll shoot in the area.
I don't want trouble. Please.
Down, breathe.
Nikolai, everything is good, but you're waiting a little bit too much. Your strikes are landing. Just your jab. Everything you've thrown, you felt it. I need a little bit more activity from you. A little bit more activity, and every time you strike, I need you to step on the outside. Because he only counters you when you strike on the inside, you can counter. You step on the outside, no more counter.
Okay, go straight.
Clear. Overhand to the clinch. All you trying to do is clinch. Okay. Trying to get in body.
Keep range, keep range, keep range.
Got a hostile. I'll get a better look at the area. We can see everything. Copy, boss. Moving there.
2 weeks from tonight, we're back on ESPN. It's another must-see main event. It comes in the middleweight division where the former title challenger Jared Cannonier wants to keep his place as a top title threat against the streaking Brazilian Caio Borralho, plus 2 new Ultimate Fighters crowned. Saturday, August 24th, 10 Eastern on ESPN and E+.
Clear. They're gone.
Nice shooting.
So Veretennikov is going to have to stop.
Who are you?
There it is, boss.
It's a little low, but Barlow not complaining.
Hostiles here. They got one of us. We're under attack. Take cover.
Drones ready for action. HVT's on the move.
To be honest, it's
Hostiles! Attacking!
Gonna toss a grenade. Enemy heavy's been terminated.
Smoked him. Veretennikov against the Barlow has a 5-inch reach advantage. It's up to him to take that reach advantage away.
Move it! Get that son of a bitch!
What's the action? You know,
Stay focused. Kill anything that
waited
moves.
a long time for this moment.
Hostile spotted there.
And I get it, right? But this is what you signed up for. This
Lights up! Doctor down!
what he went as a contender.
Down.
He had 3 wins after a contender. Got a shot. You gotta go for it.
Grenade fired. Incoming sniper fire.
And I know when he was back in here, he said that probably things have to be made. I'm not, and I understand when you're in there. There's a lot of anxiety.
Drone's out of juice. We lost him.
Man.
Under 3 minutes to go, round 2. Barely been any strikes thrown this round.
Yeah, I mean,
He's dead.
everything I just said goes for Barlow as well, to be fair. It takes 2 to tango. Right now, there's...
Kill these bastards!
double underhooks now, good head position.
Got a low knee from Veretennikov to Barlow. Pauses the action at minute 40 to go in round 2. Barlow appears to be okay. Some time to recover.
Yeah, got it. Thank you. Hit him! Hit him!
Roger, moving to target.
Stay right here and work it out. You got time. Okay.
I think we're good.
You good? Okay, we'll put you back in the position. You want your position back? Yes? Okay, Nikolai, right over here, please. Put you back in the same position you're in. Hey, accidental. Be careful with that, okay? All right, you guys tie up. Where you guys were? Right there, ready? Go!
So after a minute pause in the action, back to work with under 2 minutes to go in round 2.
You know, they just had a little minute break. Granted, there was an illegal blow, but they both had chances to breathe.
Hi. No need to be afraid.
Barlow's got the double underhooks now. They came very close to a takedown earlier. They're just so evenly matched in that regard.
Okay.
Grab the cage.
Yeah, I don't know.
Were they anywhere near the cage?
I didn't see a cage grab there, but on we go.
Any idea how to find this location?
You might have already looked, but I can tell you about this one spot.
Thanks, stranger.
Yeah, tonight.
The scene
Must have been a memo.
not even that.
What are you doing here?
That's what Veretennikov has got to do. He's just got to throw more. The reason I'm being critical is that when he watches this back, he's going to be very disappointed with himself that he didn't go more. Now, I get it. I understand that. I had fights like this myself, where I thought after I didn't go.
Sit down, Nikolai. Deep breaths. When you're ready, grab the water and drink it. Listen, brother. It could be 1-1. You could be down. I don't know. I don't care. Here's what I want from you. I want you to throw. When you throw, you land. It builds your power. Nikolai, we worked so hard to get here. I want these 5 minutes.
Season 8 of Dana White's Contender Series begins on Tuesday. It's the series that has launched so many UFC careers, including that of UFC champion. It'll run for 10 straight weeks with some of the best fighting talent around the world, all vying for a UFC contract live exclusively on ESPN Plus. Special start time for the season premiere 7 Eastern.
So, Beneil Dariush in the corner there, basically saying what I was saying, but
that guy over there.
He said, listen, you've got to throw. You've got to go for it in this round. He said, I know how hard you have worked for this moment, so don't blow it. You've got to unleash. You've got to throw punches. You've got to take some chances. because he's trending towards probably losing a decision. Although it's not a landslide for Barlow. But it's not just that. We don't want these kind of performances. He's got to go for it because he is capable. I've seen some great performances from him.
Since he fought on the Contender Series in 2021, he won and finished his last three opponents.
Also clear here.
That's what Benny was talking about. The speed in the gym, you know how hard they work. He knows what he's capable of. And I've seen those performances. He can be very effective, very violent. Strategic, they're both being careful, whatever words you want to use, you know. It's not the most exciting fight we've ever seen. And that's okay. Strategy is a big part of mixed martial arts, but you gotta take chances as well.
Is this a case where both of them want to counter, so they're kind of waiting for the other to go first?
I don't know if it is. If I'm brutally honest, I'm not sure.
Delivering now, boss.
Maybe they just...
Here you go, Ghost Lead.
Oh, Baratennikov put together a combination there.
More of that, but you're right. I don't know if it's normally the case, but he is waiting for something. But when he throws...
Yeah.
There's a gun turret.
That's what Beneil Dariush is talking about.
We can use it if we can get to it. Or to get some.
Stiff jab for Baratennikov. This is his best round so far. Now charging forward.
And he's landed now. He's having the best 60 seconds of the fight.
What do you want?
Landed about 4 or 5 times. Early decent shots. Sees maybe that Barlow slowed down a little bit. Oh, there it is again. Clean right.
Staying out of range as well. Barlow's had a tough time landing in the third round.
That was nice. This is what Dariush is talking about. This is kind of what I've seen from Baratennikov. When I get it, in the UFC, you find somebody like Danny Barlow who's ridiculously fast, you know?
Oh. Thought that went low. Barlow backing up against the fence here. This is where Baratennikov, I think, really needs to open up.
There! Enemy move!
Nicely done.
Approaching 1 minute to go as Baratennikov lands a looping left hook.
There's better punches.
Combination there. Barlow has offered nothing in return.
Yeah, he's really sat back in this third round and let Baratennikov open up a bit more. But again, we don't know where the first 2 rounds sit. It seems like Barlow was the busier in the first 2, right?
Down the stretch, or will Nikolai Baratennikov get the win? Stay with us.
gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Here are the totals. Judge McCarthy, 29-28 for Barlow. Bilal, 30-27, Veretennikov.
Stay sharp.
And minor scores at 29-28 for your winner by split decision. He is still undefeated, the left hand of God, Danny Barlow!
I'm here as the winner, Danny Barlow. Danny, I've got to ask you straight away. What were you thinking when you said 30-27 the other side?
It was a hard fight. Continuing to search. It is what it is, bro. If you let it go to the... It's okay. It was a good fight. Great fight. Strong fight.
Well, you still got to say, typically, you know, you're out there, you're looking for the knockout. Tonight was more of a strategic approach. Told me your mindset.
It's been a hard camp. It's been coming through the Vermont. Still, I got to go and get surgery on the steel. But I was trying to get it back. So this was my first fight, trying to get it back in shape.
But listen, you got the job done. You are victorious, and you are still undefeated. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Danny, left-handed God, Barlow.
Let me get a clean shot.
As despite a 30-27 descending scorecard, my word.
Sit here, boss.
Danny Barlow enough to win and stay undefeated. He moves to 9-0.
The target.
And bring a victory with his team back to Memphis, Tennessee.
Well done.
2 more fights tonight. Now let's take a look at Find Your Wins. Brought to you by New Amsterdam Vodka. Paul Felder looking for keys to victory for the veteran out of Texas, Damon Jackson.
I'm going to give you some keys to victory.
Please do.
I think for Damon Jackson, he's got to control the chaos in this fight. Don't let it become a brawl. Chepe, he's very good at brawling, making it just non-stop chaos. I think he needs to force the wrestling. That's where Damon Jackson does really well in the grappling department, and he's also been really focused on that in his training camp.
When you say control the chaos, well, on Chepe Mariscal's side, I'll tell you what I'm going to say, because this man does bring chaos, but he can't rush in, okay? He does that every time because he is so wild, and that makes him fun to watch. But against Damon Jackson, he cannot do that, and he's got to maintain the striking range. To your key, the wrestling. He's got to, I'm not saying he can't win the wrestling exchanges, but he's playing into the hands of his opponent. So don't rush in, maintain the striking range. Co-main event up next. Can't wait for this one.
As we continue from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, UFC Fight Night, presented by Bud Light. And this is a fight matchup that has had some twists and turns to get here, but both featherweights ready to move up the ladder. Picking his dues on the regional circuit, built Chepe Mariscal for life in the big show. He's proven himself ready with 3 octagon wins that have him in line for his biggest challenge yet in Damon Jackson.
As soon as the bout between Damon Jackson and Chepe Mariscal was announced, the fight of the night race had its front runner, as both Jackson and Mariscal always show up looking for a finish and are willing to take whatever risks are necessary to hit their marks before the final horn sounds.
I 100% don't see this fight going all the way. You know, I see a finish coming, and I like my shots on the feet and on the ground. So I get this fight to the ground, he won't get back up.
I see he gives up sometimes in some of the rounds, and I know I just keep going. I'm just like a machine gun. I just don't stop. Consistent throwing, everything. I'm the full package, the full mixed martial artist, and I'm ready to go out there and show them.
A born fighter who paid his dues on the regional circuit for nearly a decade before getting the call to the UFC in 2023, Chepe Mariscal cemented his place on the roster with a trio of wins over Trevor Peek, Jack Jenkins, and Morgan Charrier. And tonight, he'll get to throw hands with Damon Jackson.
I work really hard right now. I feel at my prime. I feel like this is involved to Chepe, and I'm just ready to go out there and show it.
Making the most of his second stint to the big show, the Texas product Damon Jackson kicked off his 24 campaign with a victory against Alexander Hernandez. And as his popularity grows with each fight, thanks to his throwback attitude, the Leech wants to keep that run going when he faces off with the machine gun.
My cardio's better, my mentality's better, I have my skill set's better. I'm back to where I can grapple full speed now, and I'm just, better, happier, just ready to go.
Jackson to face Diego Lopez.
Shoot those
in epic fashion on the day of the fight. Chepe Mariscal taking on the veteran Damon Jackson, doing so as the favorite. And the ceiling is high for this featherweight fighting out of Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, one of the things Mariscal really talked about this week was that he likes to put on exciting fights, that he doesn't go out there and just wants to win, first and foremost. But he enjoys putting on a fight in that type of performance. And against Damon Jackson, he's got to be careful with that, right? Similar to what Michael's keys were, you can't rush, you can't do anything crazy. This is a fight where you've really got to be dialed in the whole time. I think he's got the skills, he's got the team behind him in Colorado, and he's got the training partners to be able to be prepared for anything that he's going to face inside of that octagon.
Those batteries out.
The extra firepower would have helped.
Being included in that list of people that he gets to work with, so I'm excited to see if he can continue this streak to make it forward.
Yeah, I mean, as I said on the keys, Chepe Mariscal, he doesn't rush the action. And I love that about him. You know, he's all forward all the time. But Damon Jackson's going to wrestle. He's going to maintain the striking game. He actually said in the fighter meetings, that's the game plan coming into this. Use the striking. He's seen one or two shots that he thinks will work. Let's see what he can do.
Damon Jackson fighting out of Dallas, Texas, the native of Durant, Oklahoma, says he'll fight into his 40s. Right now he's 35 with a whole lot of fight left. Recently opened an affiliate gym of Fortis MMA, which of course belongs to his head coach over his right shoulder, the veteran, the general, Saif Saud. Damon Jackson, he's astonished that he's an underdog here. He just feels like he's been at the top for too long and has all the tools, and that'll introduce Chepe Mariscal to a new level tonight. He's really just in the fight game 24/7. Owns and runs that gym, coaches high school, middle school wrestling. He's a father of 4 daughters, so you know he's on his P's and Q's, Michael.
Yeah, well, listen, he showed all the tools last time out against Alexander Hernandez. I mean, that was one of his best performances. Got the job done over a really, really tough opponent. And he said for his confidence, getting that win was huge. And it's made him work even harder now because he realizes what he can accomplish and what he can gain from this sport. When he analyzes Chepe, he said he's a brawler. He's got wild punches, and he leaves himself open to a lot of things. Damon says he's going to be setting things up. I mean, he's coming here looking for a finish. He said mentally, cardio, physically, he is on point in each and every single way.
I mean, I feel like every time Damon Jackson's in there, he's in for an exciting fight. He's durable. He's shown his toughness throughout his career. Great submissions on his record as well.
Welcome back. Here's your tail of the tape for tonight's co-main event. It comes in the featherweight division between the UFC veteran Damon Jackson, who's 4 years older than Denver, Colorado's Chepe Mariscal. Highlight the height discrepancy. Jackson 4 inches taller. Mariscal did have a sizable weight miss. Missed the limit by 3.5 pounds. Fined a portion of his purse. 2-inch edge and reach lies with the betting underdog, Damon Jackson. Here is Joe Martinez.
And now, fight fans, we are set to go with the next fight tonight. 3 rounds, this scheduled in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a brawler standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in officially 149.5 pounds. His record stands at 16 victories, 6 defeats, with 1 no contest. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, here is Chepe Machine Gun Mariscal. And across the octagon, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He's a grappler standing 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in at the featherweight limit, 146 pounds, and holds a record of 23 victories, 6 defeats, 1 draw with 1 no contest. Fighting out of Dallas, Texas, here is Damon the Leech Jackson! And your referee in charge of the action, Jason Herzog.
All right, the veteran referee Jason Herzog handles our co-main event tonight. Luciana on hand with us here in Las Vegas. Top 10 heavyweights are on deck in our main event. Sergey Spivak tries to settle the score with Marcin Tybura in their rematch. Everybody ready? Fight! But center stage belongs to Damon Jackson in black and Chepe Mariscal in green.
Straight away, Chepe closes the distance. Work at range, solid knees.
Yeah,
Damon Jackson.
these guys wanted a ferocious, crowd-pleasing fight. It started that way through 20 seconds.
Most of those knees got...
Oh, wow! Big time trip for Mariscal.
Yeah, there's that judo of Mariscal.
But how about
Gotta watch
Jackson
his neck,
snaps
though.
his head down, right back to his feet.
Damon Jackson trying to snap him down or land knees.
Hey, whenever you're ready, those legs up. Drag them legs up. You can only take 2 leg kicks, that's all. Breathe and relax. You know them. Breathe and relax. Yeah. Knee or shoulder.
That's the Mariscal corner that they're working in front of.
Hey, get off the fence. When you're ready, Chepe. Watch your head there, please.
And part of the Mariscal corner is Claire Guthrie, who competed on The Ultimate Fighter a couple of years ago. Mariscal's wife. Knee to the body for Jackson as he tries to escape the pressure.
Yeah, those knees from Jackson, they're going to pay off because there's a lot of power in them. He's landing him right to the midsection. He's going in really deep. That will slow down Chepe Mariscal. There it is. This is exactly how David Jackson likes to operate.
Yeah, just crazy pressure right from the jump, too. Just likes to get right into the fight. And this is what I expected David Jackson to want to do in this matchup, is to force a lot of wrestling, a lot of pressure.
Good. Breathe and relax here, Chepe. Just enough. Good. Yeah, when you're ready, move your feet, please. We got 2:30 left, 2:45. Yeah, separate and strike. Hands up, hands up.
Yes. Both guys landing these.
Oh, full reversal. 360.
We'll bring around the Rosie between these two. There's Damon with that clinch position again. Oh, this is good for Mariscal. Big shot.
Heavy lefts for Chepe.
Found the mark about 3 or 4 times there. Nice dirty boxing from Chepe Mariscal.
Oh, he split open.
Yep.
Jackson charges forward and now reversed by Mariscal once again.
Here, here.
Oh, that's
Oh man, it's getting close to the back of the head. You heard the warnings from Jason Herzog.
Yeah, Dave.
Jackson protesting. They emerge the fracas, no stop in the action. Jackson's got to cut the hairline.
Oh, man, Mariscal just tossing
guillotine.
around.
And now Jackson looking to use some of that wrestling experience.
Now this is a crazy pace.
Jeez.
This is an insane pace. And this is the way, to be honest, how both of them usually fight. So who's going to wilt first? Who's going to get tired? Because if they continue at this pace, it's whoever's in the best shape that ultimately is. When you're evenly matched and the output is this high, when one man gets tired, the other one takes over.
Crazy damage inflicted by both with 1 minute to go in the round. Also something to look out for, that weight miss of Mariscal, 3.5 pounds, but not the type where it might be to his advantage. He was really struggling, even weighing in at 139.5. So as the fight wears on,
like shaking a bit
affected by it. Take a look at the action. Oh, there was a clash of heads that caused some of the damage to Mariscal. Big knee up the middle.
Yeah, Chepe Mariscal starting to land some big shots here. Damon answers back.
This is really good clinch fighting because a lot of the time when people are in the clinch like this, we don't see this kind of damage being delivered.
Right.
Both men generate lots of power, swinging a lot of shots, punishing the body there is Mariscal.
Jackson perhaps looking for a late round takedown, unsuccessful at doing so. Second round coming up.
Hey pal, zero movement in my sector.
Yeah, Same. I'm clear over here.
Before you're not letting me make it that way.
I've had stupid jobs before.
Sweet shot, Goose Lead.
I got a man down over here. It's Bill. Someone should damn.
Just keep your head higher than his, okay? That's all you gotta focus on in those grappling stance. Hey, listen, let's bounce him. On the feet, okay? Let's bounce him. He's kind of luring you into that fight a little bit, right? Let's find that swag. Find the swag first. Find the leg kick. Stay tight. When you come in, deep breath. Open everything. Inside you clinch, okay? All right, so you go. You're teeing off on him. Let's go, so you go. Find that swag, okay? Find that swag.
Hey, when you're coming in, you're leading with your head.
Coming up Friday, August 16th, catch the official UFC 305 weigh-in show from down under in Australia. Daniel Cormier, Dominic Cruz, Dan Hellie, and special guest Alexander Volkanovski will get you warmed up for Saturday's UFC 305 pay-per-view from down under, live Friday evening, 5:50 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Fight Pass. Happy hour Friday. Right back to the clinch in round 2 here. So Herzog steps in for a time.
Careful. The's an aerial drone.
And they've been firing a lot of knees to the body and up the middle.
Same position.
Come back. Same position. Same position.
Eyes on the minigunner.
Smart for Chevrolet in the driver's seat there up against the fence.
Can you put that back? Can you
Got
put
a hostile.
Herzog wants to see exactly what the position was.
Prepared to fire.
Here we go.
I have a real
underhook. Okay, Ghost Lead. We're clear.
You guys ready here?
Over there.
Good. Fight.
Get away, we're gonna light him up on the break. Hey, under, you know what he wants?
50-50 as they work along the fence. A lot of back and forth.
Want to be a heavy gunner. We already got one here. I think it just makes sense.
Yeah, the beaches and stuff are cool, but there's no horses. Shit, even Afghanistan had horses.
No one ever said you had to like it.
That's it.
Yeah, they make me wince because he's got long, pointy knees. Really delivers them well.
Jackson nearly able to tie him up.
Yeah, nearly behind his crucifix.
Causing crazy scrambles.
The wolves may be skilled, but they let their pride get the best. Always the case for men.
I do like how Mariscal just finds an opening somewhere and he really commits and swings with everything he has. He is all about doing damage
You gonna make it out of this?
Every single shot.
I'm ready to fight for my home.
Jackson's trying to just show him the back of his head. Mariscal,
How you feeling?
Shots.
We can make a new world.
Smart enough to not
better
just fire
world.
away. At the back of the head. Shot. Gets the ear with that one.
He's hurting them with these shots, too. I mean, I
Now
know it's
we're
a
the
short
traitors.
space that he's
Russia
working,
is
but
blind.
He makes it work.
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, enough so where Jackson giving up the get-up attempt and now sinks to his back. Mariscal able to go to top half guard.
All good.
Jackson trying to go out the back door.
Shut down by Mariscal. Sprawls out. Nice. Tried to peek through, but didn't work. You know, I feel like Jackson wanted to create this chaos with the wrestling, but it might be backfiring and draining his own gas tank.
Well, Mariscal's taking over here. And these punches, they're really starting to add up. One after the other.
Heavy action, and now he goes two-handed with the ground and
These are
pound.
big shots here.
Yeah, you see the head bouncing around there. Oh, they're
Herzog
nasty.
taking a close look. Heavy hammer fists from Mariscal.
He's got to get right back to it. He's got to watch the back of the head. He's picking his shots.
Jackson getting every chance here to fight out of it. 20 seconds on the clock. Huge round from Machine Gun Mariscal.
Oh, good shots. Good elbows to the side of the head here.
Jackson able to survive to the horn, round 3. Coming up.
Bullshit. Good job. That was a hell of a good round. Listen to me. You found a fucking way right there. That was good till the end, okay? If you're gonna scramble, you gotta scramble all the way to win. You hear me? You gotta scramble all the way to win.
This coming when Skell first showed up.
How do you feel?
Just give me a hot meal and point me towards the action.
Listen, I'm not tired. Okay? Step the fuck up. You understand me? Stop fucking acting like you're tired if you don't fucking feel tired. If you can't fucking tell you're ready. This is the third round. You outworking that whole fucking round. You outworking the whole fucking round. You know that? Until the end. Let's go.
I'll get you the scan.
There. Come on, baby. Let's go.
Combat drone activated. Time to shot. Transmitting.
And you start fucking hitting that cut and you go for that submission. Damon, I need 5 minutes.
Got a hostile.
I need 5.
We're safer now. They think we've left. Holy shit.
Coming up after the Octagon action, we recap it all on the UFC Fight Night Show. Karen Bryant chops it up with Alan Chauvin and Michael Chiesa to break down the fights, plus all the big winners. Check in with Charlie Arnold. Don't miss it. It's after the main event, only on ESPN+.
So it feels to me like Mariscal slowly started to take over this fight. Obviously, the end of round 2, he was teeing off in a big way. Doing some pretty good damage with those shots. Safe side to the corner of Jackson. Pretty happy with most of round 2, apart from the end.
Started to really take over in round 2 was from this position.
Yeah, he's slowly breaking Jackson down. That knee a second ago was beautiful.
I don't know why Mariscal thought that taking the back was the move there when you dominated the last bit of round 2 with ground and from the back.
Oh boy. Mariscal able to reverse.
But luckily, he's so good at scrambling, he got himself out of a bad position.
UFC best 5 takedowns from Mariscal in this fight. But now Jackson Jackson back to his feet. Outside. Up with it.
On your toes, everyone. We got hostiles in the area.
Jackson has a moment now, 2.5 to do something with it.
Yeah, nice takedown from Jackson. It's really going to make him pay because Mariscal is not stopping the offense. Even when he's on his back, as we see now, little elbow, little hammer kicks.
To go. And Mariscal has been relentless with his pressure.
Stops moving. An opponent like that is really, really hard to deal with. An endless gas tank, refuses to accept any kind of position, constantly offering offense as well. It's a really tough challenge to manage for anybody in this division.
Nice work there from Mariscal. I think if he tees off and can get to a position, credit to Jackson though, he's still trying to scramble and move so he doesn't get stuck in one spot, allowing Mariscal to start really loading up on these shots.
Jackson is looking very tired now, which is crazy because then all of a sudden he'll just burst into action. How much more can it take? Because
They got us. Line them up. Target's here. Regroup on your position. Put a cake in it. We got quarters coming. Shit, Gosseley's hit. Roll the black one.
Focus works.
make the weight, I killed myself out. If I didn't, I came to see the doctors at the PI. They cut me off, and I tried to go. I didn't even, honestly, because of embarrassment and stuff, I was like, man, I don't even know if I was
Very well said. The fight, you said you were going to take your time and not go straight at the guy, but in typical Kepe Maniscal fashion, straight at it.
Yeah, man, what's crazy?
You're good.
Appreciate that, boss.
In the cage, just reckless dynamite.
Hold on,
you know,
fix
I
it.
wanted to go out there, put on a show all the time. You know, I wanted more.
Set.
Close call. Thanks.
What we love to see, congratulations on getting the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, champion, Maniscal.
Watch out for mortars. Look down. Man down. Combat drones active.
Oh, they won't know wait.
Time for a live one. Mortar fire coming in.
The way that he just ragdolls his opponent, walks forward with reckless aggression every single time, but he's very effective, he's very powerful. He can mix in the double leg takedowns whenever he needs, and stylistically, he's going to win this chance against Israel Adesanya.
Yeah, and I love that Israel Adesanya has taken some time and is more motivated than ever. If you watch any of his social media or any of the clips of him, he's jacked coming into this fight. He's going to need it against somebody like Duplessis. But when Israel's at his best, he is a sniper in there with his striking. He sits back and lands those shots at the end of his range, and he's long, rangy, accurate. You see against Robert Whittaker here, just dynamite. And then to get this one back was so important for the former champion to go out there and put Alex Pereira out like that. Look how amped up he was. These guys have tons of bad blood. Both think they're going to go out there and finish each other. And then look at the rest of the card, Brendan.
It's loaded as we return to Perth, Western Australia for UFC 305. Israel Adesanya trying to become the first ever three-time UFC middleweight champion. Still knocks Dricus du Plessis, a small underdog, as he defends his belts next week. Back to Las Vegas. We're live inside the UFC Apex, and you're watching UFC Fight Night, Tybura versus Spivak 2. UFC Fight Night is presented by Bud Light. But not all rematches are the same. Many times it's immediate in nature, but these heavyweights last stared across the octagon 4 years ago. In that time, Sergey Spivak has grown up, piled up experience and victories to make a run at the top. But proving himself with the biggest and best is what Marcin Tybura did the last time he was here in Vegas.
Here walks Marcin Tybura. Tybura, you know, he's very experienced, and he's got a more well-rounded skill set, so he's got to use that. And he wants to bring all of that tonight so that he can keep going towards the ultimate goal of becoming a champion in the UFC.
With this fight, I try to show the world that I'm still a top fighter.
Tybura's got it. He's going to go to sleep. That's it. Roll the credits.
What I learned from this fight, it made me sure that I can win with guys with such a heavy hands like Tate Ribasa. I will make it difficult for Sergey to fight me because I'm a different fighter. I improved a lot since last fight. The first fight was 4 years ago, and I just feel like my cardio is 10 times better than it used to. So for this one, I feel like best version.
Oh, heavy heavy sides.
He is taking a shelling from Marcin Tybura.
This time I might not be that willing to go long distance with him. I just want to go and, go.
Tybura, as we're seeing, is not to be ignored.
Tybura hammers away to the victory. He keeps getting better.
Я думаю, что мы увидим сегодня другого полярного медведя, потому что прошло мало времени.
Sergey Spivak is a man to be feared.
Быстрее, сильнее, умнее, увереннее, лучше. Все.
He's got the throws, the trips, the judo techniques to just suffocate, to take all of that space away.
Неважно, кто ты, уровень, кто-то другой, все это самый высокий выиграл.
Spivak just dominant in this performance.
Мой геймплан обычно, как и всегда, работать в своем стиле, идти вперед, собирать победы.
Wow, easy, dominant. Ah, this is it. This is not good. That will do it! Sergey Spivak!
Я был с ним в октагоне, мне ничего менять не надо, я буду собой. Я думаю, что я постараюсь сделать это, и мы порадуем зрителей.
He's starting to wilt.
That's gonna do it. The polar bear.
I'm working really hard for this one, and I will be looking for the finish right from the beginning.
Just dominating ground and pound from the top position.
This one is over.
Если взять даже полярного медведя, он сначала мучает свою жертву, и потом его съедает. То же самое у меня, мучаю своего соперника, а потом дохожу до того, что его финиширую.
With a stoic approach to his craft, enter 9th ranked, representing Moldova, Sergey the Polar Bear Spivak. And because of his business-like approach, you might be surprised to know what drew him into the fight game is his love for the bright lights and the glamour, the seeming glamour that it is when him and his father watched the legend Fedor Emelianenko when he's growing up. But he really learned to fall in love with the grind of martial arts and competing in combat sports. He did so in several different disciplines. When he fought Marcin Tybura back in 2020, Paul, we still didn't really know what he had to offer. He's 25 years old. It was only his 3rd UFC appearance. That proved to be a springboard. After that fight against Tybura, he won 6 of his next 7. This is his 3rd straight headliner, and he can start jumping into the mix if he can get a victory here.
Yeah, 100%. Anytime you can go back to one of your earlier losses as a fighter, it's huge for you, it's huge for your career, and it shows the development of how much better you're getting as an athlete and as a fighter. And for Sergey Spivak to go in here and take out Marcin Tybura, who's also looked really good as of late. I mean, Marcin, he gets Marcin coming off of a win. That's best case scenario if you're somebody like Sergey Spivak.
Yeah, without doubt, and let's remember, this is a rematch, but if you ask Sergey Spivak, he said, so much has changed since we first fought one another. He doesn't really feel like it's a rematch. If you see the Sergey Spivak now to back then, he's way bigger. He's put on a lot of muscle mass. He's bigger, he's stronger. Up until his last fight against Cyril Gane, he was on a 3-fight win streak, all stoppages, including a submission win over Derek Lewis. So he was flying high.
He'll look to do so again against Poland's Marcin Tybura. Well, if their 2020 matchup proved as a springboard for improvement in the career of Sergey Spivak, it was also a get-right fight for Marcin Tybura. Of course, he won it be a unanimous decision over the course of 3 rounds. That was the start of winning 8 of his next 10 fights after a skid where many people thought, Michael, that we may have seen the best of Poland's heavyweights. Instead, it's been a career resurgence for him. Tonight's his 4th UFC main event. He's used to competing at the top, and he wants to make it 2 for 2 against the Polar Bear.
Yeah, absolutely he does. I mean, when you look at these two fighters, they're very similar. They fought a lot of similar opponents. They've both had similar wins and losses. They're both 2 of the top heavyweights in the world. But for this one here, Marcin Tybura, he doesn't feel he can use the same approach as what he did in the first fight because of the improvements made by Sergey Spivak. But those were to get a hold of him, to drive him down to the canvas and just use his weight and his strength. However, Sergey's probably got the faster hands, so I think Marcin Tybura is going to close the distance and look to clinch early.
Yeah, and that's where he had a lot of success in that first match, was in that top position. He's got to be careful, though, because Sergey also really good trips, really good judo throws. It's going to be interesting to see how both guys approach this fight differently than they did the first time. 4 years later, a lot of fight under both guys' belts. Interesting main event.
They circle back around after their previous meeting, which was a 3-round affair in Norfolk, Virginia, February of 2020. Right now, 5 rounds in a main event here at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. Here's your tail of the tape for our main event of the night. 8th-ranked Marcin Tybura, small betting underdog despite the fact that he's ranked higher and won the first time around. He's 9 years older than Moldova's Sergey Spivak. Both fighters 6'3", Tybura holding a heavyweight advantage of 14 pounds, and the reach is identical. What final time set the table, Joe Martinez?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go! Live from the UFC Apex here in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the main event. 5 rounds scheduled this in the UFC heavyweight division. It is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Executive Director Jeff Mullen. The chairman is Dennis Hahn. The 3 judges scoring at octagon side: Eric Colon, Sal D'Amato, and Ron McCarthy. And inside the octagon, your referee in charge of the action, Herb Dean.
Hey,
And
no,
now,
please.
ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready. These 2 top 10 heavyweight contenders are ready. Las Vegas, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing you first, fighting out of the blue corner. His background, combat symbol. At 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighted officially 238 pounds. In 20 professional fights, his record stands at 16 victories. With 4 days, fighting out of Chisinau, Republic of Moldova, here's the UFC's #9 ranked heavyweight contender of the world, presenting Sergey Polar-Bear Spivak!
Located the bad guy over there.
And across the octagon stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. At 6 feet 3 inches tall, his mixed martial artist weighed in officially 252 pounds. In 33 professional fights, his record stands at 25 victories. With 8 defeats, he is the UFC's #8 ranked heavyweight contender of the world. From Montreal, Poland, here is Marcin Tybura!
Hostile identified. Over there. There's an hostile.
Yeah, they've been respectful in the lead up to this matchup. Now it's time to fight.
Oh God, you're not supposed to be here.
Marcin Tybura.
Shit! Is there someone there?
Wow.
Straight to it.
We need eyes on enemy location. We have enemy attack. No, no.
Yeah, it's time to find the enemy and kill him.
Shit, yeah, let's go. I'm gonna take him out.
Melts him down to the canvas.
Hit him where it hurts.
Laying down some fire.
That'll do some damage.
Drone's ready for action.
Drone will give us an extra edge.
Blasted him. Hostile in sight. There. Get him. Wing him. Enemy down. Grenade time! We got him in hit! Drone struck. Heavy gunner in sight.
How's the timing?
I got this. Vasili's down.
Polar Bear by submission in round number 1. Redemption is very much on the rise.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. It's a game one movie jiu-jitsu, a classic case of armbar from the back, and that was perfectly executed. Tybura got a little too comfortable. We joked that it wasn't going to happen, and then seconds later, gets the win.
Let's take a look at tonight's blazing knockout moment brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Wasn't a knockout, it was a tap out.
Yeah, you see here, Stock just sets it up nice and easy. Strong to that arm, through the legs over. For a heavyweight to do that from his guard, really impressive performance from Sergey. To come and get this one.
Kill them before they finish us!
Bigger and better things. Great first half stopping in the main event. Just right up here in front of me, talking to me, doing the highlight there. I have no idea what he was saying.
That goes the opponent. I think it's safe to say it does.
That gets him 50,000.
It's a verbal tap from Tybura as well.
Hang tight, fix it.
Huge win for Sergey Spivak.
There you go.
Too close.
Make it official and hear from him next.
I got you. All set.
Let's get to it.
What do you want?
Hey, you can't be here.
Putting on night vision.
Coming up next, we recap all of the action tonight on the UFC Fight Night post show. Karen Bryant is in studio and Alan Joban and Michael Chiesa fresh off his big victory over Tony Ferguson. They'll break it down from the Apex, plus all the big winners will check in with Charlie Arnold. Don't miss it. It's coming up next. It's only over on ESPN+. Now, for the final time tonight, we hear from Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the armbar submission comes at the official time. 1 minute, 44 seconds, round number 1. Your winner, Sergey, the Polar Bear Spivak!
I'm here. A lot of respect. I'm here with the Polar Bear, victorious armbar in round 1. Be honest, was that the game plan?
Да, действительно, я готовил этот прием. Но на самом деле было очень волнительно, потому что последние 3 недели не тренировался вообще. Из-за того, что получил травму.
Yes, I trained this a lot, but, you know, to be honest, I was quite nervous because for the past 3 weeks, I wasn't able to train. I actually had an injury.
Okay, well, you got the job done regardless. Not only was this a victory, but you actually got revenge over somebody that had a victory over you. How good does that feel?
Ну, мы знаем, что Марчин уже... Я помоложе. После его боя я улучшался. Все мы это видели. У меня были победы к ряду. Я сейчас был в хорошей форме. Сейчас такое время у Марчина просто.
You know, it's just, this is his time and that was my time. Since that fight, I've gotten much better. I've gotten a good winning streak since then. So this is my time now. He's got his time and this is mine.
Yeah, and speaking of that, you did get the victory. You're going to be ranked number 8 come Monday morning. You're one of the best heavyweights in the world. Who do you want to face next?
You honestly think I'm one of the best heavyweights in the world?
Bro, you're ranked number 8.
I always thought that you don't really like me that much.
Oh, come on, I got nothing but love for the polar bear. Do you have a name?
Честно сказать, нет. Ну, однозначно кто-то выше меня определит, 100%.
To be honest, no exact name, but anybody above me in the ranking. 100% somebody above me.
Well, that'll do for me. Congratulations on the first round armbar. And I love you, brother. Congrats, my man. Ladies and gentlemen, the polar bear, Sergey Spivak.
Huge win for Spivak, who is probably more of a finisher than he gets the credit for. He's finished 15 of his 17 pro victories. That's his 11th in the first round. That's impressive stuff. It's the first armbar in the heavyweight division since Fabricio Verdum did it against Alexander Gustafsson back in 2020.
Yeah, let's take a look at this, okay? So he gets reversed here. Marcin Tybura gets on top. And he had a lot of success in that position the first time, but he just rolls beautifully, ties up those arms, and just you see the way he's yanking on that arm. Look at this. Marcin gets too comfortable. He throws him off, rolls underneath, flips him over to the other side, and secures that arm bar. Like Michael said, this is Jiu-Jitsu 101, but the problem is only the best can pull it off in live combat in those situations.
Well, Sergey Spivak will bring a victory. His new bride, Marina, expecting a child soon. So all smiles for the polar bear and his family and team. Coming up next week, UFC 305. Dricus du Plessis and Israel Adesanya settle their score with a grudge match. Head to ESPNplus.com/PPV. And we've got a lot of action as August leads to September. Great night, as always, here at the Apex. Haralampos Gregorio looked great in the second round until Toshiomi Kazama reversed things for the tap-out victory. Merab Dwalek Willie on hand here in Vegas. Chepe Mariska taking care of business in the co-main event. And Marcin Tybura and Sergey Spivak in a rematch. This time it's the polar bear settling the score. Thanks for watching. Boxing coming up next. ESPN Plus Post Show.
And former champion Valentina Shevchenko guiding them on their quest. It's the new season of The Ultimate Fighter.
Unbelievable.
All clear here.
Ice works fast. Heat makes it last. Feel the power of contrast.
transparent, so you can rise from pain. Icy hot.
The octagon door has closed. And highly entertaining scraps. In the main event rematch, Sergey Spivak evened the score with a first-round submission win over Marcin Tybura. We are queuing up the highlights and we'll catch up with some winners. So get comfy because the UFC Fight Night post-show starts right now. Well, there's a shot of Sergey Spivak, who came into this fight ranked number 9 in the heavyweight division. Got his revenge tonight over the 8th-ranked fighter Marcin Tybura, evening the score 1-1 now after submitting him with an armbar in round 1. The UFC Fight Night post-show is presented by Cuervo. Well, hello, fight fans, and welcome inside the UFC Apex. Karen Bryan here alongside Alan Joban, Michael Chiesa. We've got Charlie Arnold with us here as well. And guys, you know, it was a quick little 10-pack of fights tonight, guys. But before we get into all the details, how do you feel about these?
I'm never mad when we get two heavyweights in the main event and they deliver in the first round. It was a bit quicker than I expected. I think a lot of us were leaning towards how much growth we've seen in Spivak, being the younger man as well. But I didn't predict first on armbar that quickly.
Yeah, honestly, I thought this fight would go all 25 minutes, but good on Sergey Spivak to not only win the rematch, but to right the ship after that tough loss to Cyril Gane, bounces back with the first round armbar finish. I mean, that's got to make himself feel good, and now he gets to re-immerse himself into the top 5 of the heavyweight division.
That's right. Well, we did say he had a youth advantage coming into this one, 29 years old to 38. So, Michael, let's talk about how he exploited that with the grappling here. Show us how he set this armbar up and how he submitted him in round 1.
Yeah, it was a thing of beauty. He started to look really good with the hands, and that was something that I had mentioned before the fight, that he's got to make Tybura respect his hands. But then he gets to his bread and butter here, hits this beautiful go behind, drags the fight to the mat, and he had a really good opportunity riding Tybura's back, looking for the choke, and Tybura is savvy to it, reverses the position, and you see this beautiful armbar, and there's so many little technical aspects to the way he finished it that made this so tight, the way he crossed his feet, the way he rolled towards the legs. I mean, this was a textbook picture-perfect armbar.
Yeah, and to Michael's point, he's talking about the details in the finish, and it's something that I could see right here on this replay. You can see when he finished the armbar, he had his legs crossed, and the head, the leg that was nearest the head was on the head, allowing not a lot of wiggle room to the head, made the armbar even tighter. He got that finish there.
Well, and we're also seeing a different side of Ortiz in terms of his personality. Typically, Ortiz, very polite, shies away from any trash talk, but there was a little bit of an edge to him. He seemed to take offense to some things that Bohachuk's team had said during fight week, and I don't know, we saw a different Virgil in fighter meetings.
Yeah, well, you know, I think it's more of him building himself up, you know, finding a reason to dislike Bohachuk so that he can destroy him. It's like the Michael Jordan effect, you know, you find a reason of why you don't like the guy, and then you perform.
Yeah, sometimes you have to create an enemy when perhaps there isn't one. Well, Ortiz's enemy here tonight is, of course, Sergey Bohachuk, a man that he's very familiar with. And Bohachuk's team said that familiarity, in particular those sparring sessions that they had together, told Bohachuk that he can win this fight. They say that he asked for this fight, he demanded this fight. He could have taken another guy in the top 15, could have taken a title defense of that interim title, but instead he demanded this one.
Yeah, he did. He didn't have to take this fight, but he did. It's a dangerous fight. I don't know what he saw in sparring. Only he would know, because he's the one that did the 50 rounds with Virgil. But to me, you know, Virgil is just, he's as best as they come. He's a talented, special fighter. But Bohachuk is a machine. You know, his game plan is to attack until he breaks you down.
Yeah, and Bohachuk, we last saw him taking out Brian Mendoza, maybe the best performance of his career, didn't get a knockout in that fight. So clearly there's a little more nuance to Bohachuk's game than just power as well. Gabe, what do you think that history between these two, that familiarity, having sparred many rounds, Bohachuk for a period of time was taking $500 to go and spar a Virgil Ortiz. Yeah. They've spent a lot of time together. What do you think that does for our main event?
I've been in that situation where I've fought guys where I've been camp with them. And those are probably the most grueling fights, just because, like I said, it's the respect factor where you know how dangerous this guy is and you know what his strengths are, so you prepare differently. So I think Bohachuk and Virgil, they both have that understanding where they know how dangerous this fight is, and I think the fans are in for a treat.
Yeah, everyone predicting an absolute slugfest to end this one. No one thinks this one's going to go the distance, but if it does, we might have a fight of the year.
I don't think it goes the distance, man.
Listen,
I don't think it does.
A mouth-watering main event is upon us, and we are ready for this one. We cannot wait. Bohachuk in Ortiz. In boxing, there are some nights that we just know will be special. Two fighters that are mirror images of one another with the style, the skill set, the determination that could lead to an epic confrontation. And tonight, Sergey Bohachuk and Virgil Ortiz will meet in the center of the ring, touch gloves, and hope to give us one of those legendary nights.
You know, in my opinion, I think that most of the criticism I get as a fighter is that I haven't fought anyone, you know. I mean, I only fought Mean Machine, who gave Crawford the hardest fight of his life. I fought Hooker, who was a 140 world champion. For people to say that, it's like, it's whatever, you know, it goes through one ear and out the other ear. But I think this is the fight where they can no longer say that I haven't fought anyone with the pedigree or someone who can't hit. When I beat this guy who pretty much won all his fights by knockout, and you know what, they're gonna come up with the reason to say something, but you know, in reality, they got nothing else to say.
My city, it's everything, and in my country now bad time, and I needed help, I needed support my country, my region, and everything point by street fighters every day, street fighters, and I wanna be better. And when I go into boxing section, they're very different, and now it's more motivation for me.
Bohachuk comes from a country that was invaded by Russia a couple of years ago, and Bohachuk went back to his home country of Ukraine to just help out in the war efforts and got stuck there for almost all of 2022.
My upcoming opponent, Sergey Bohachuk, I've gone around 50 rounds with him. You know, I used to train with him. He actually got me ready for the Mean Machine fight. So I'm very familiar with him. He's very relentless. He does not stop throwing punches. Some people don't know how to deal with that.
Now I wanna fight with best boxers. Virgil, it's you know, I think he's best boxer. He's #1 in box rack. He's have great record, 21.1 KO. It's he is best opponent for me. I'm good now. Virgil know me too, and I'm sure he is be ready for this fight 100%. I need to be ready for this fight 101%.
I feel like these last two fights have shown that I'm still here and that I'm physically capable, but this is the fight that is gonna remind people of who I am. It's gonna remind people that no one can beat me.
He's good and I'm better. I'm world champion, not he.
All my fights have ended in knockout, but I think this is the fight right here that puts everyone on notice and shows that I'm the best in boxing.
He don't have opponents like me, never. He's know this, he's know me. I think he's trained strong now because I'm the best opponent for him.
Bohachuk has suffered a loss. He was knocked out a couple years ago. I think that makes a fighter stronger coming back from that. So both guys have had to deal with adversity. It makes them strong, and I know that Virgil recognizes that. Virgil used to train with him in the same gym. He knows that he's facing a guy that is always in supreme condition, has heavy hands, decent technique. So Virgil knows he has to be in the best shape of his life.
Maybe 147, he have a good puncher, he have stronger 154, I don't think. His power on 47, not 154.
Like I said, this fight can go two ways. It's either going to be a shootout or it's going to be a battle of attrition. But regardless, it's going to be nonstop action.
We have world champions at 154. They're world champions for a reason. I think if I faced all of them tomorrow, I think I beat them all.
It's a very big fight for me. It's a very big fight for Virgil. I'm can with him. It's best opponent in my career. I'm sure with him, very good fight.
I'm just coming into my prime. You guys haven't seen anything yet.
He is not getting up, and you can see the look on Virgil Ortiz's face when he landed that punch. He knew exactly what he hit him with.
A big fight feel here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and a potential fight of the year is on our hands right now in our main event. Virgil Ortiz Jr., Sergey Bohachuk. Bohachuk, the defending interim champion in the WBC, as we take a look at the tail of the tape, and the physical advantages lie in favor of Bohachuk with a height and reach advantage here tonight. But you see the 26-year-old Virgil Ortiz, 21 fights, all 21 of them knockout victories. Can he pull it off again here tonight? We are ready to meet the fighters. Let's send it back up to Mark Prado.
All right, fight fans here in Las Vegas. It's time for your main event of the evening. World Championship hardware on the line. Let's meet first the challenger. Making his way to the blue corner from Grand Prairie, Texas, the undefeated Virgil Ortiz Jr.
This is the fight. It's going to remind that no one can beat me. I heard that you said that I can't hurt you. Meet me in the middle of the ring.
Well, for several years, Virgil Ortiz Jr. dealt with injuries and health issues that kept him out of the ring when it seemed like he was on the brink of a world title. But even after returning earlier this year, he still hasn't been able to stay in the ring, except this time it's because of his destructive power. Ortiz has dispatched of Frederick Lawson and Thomas Delorme, decent tests for the vast majority of fighters in this weight neighborhood, collectively in less than 3 minutes. When his planned bout earlier this month against Tim Tszyu fell through, Ortiz admits that he felt that it was yet another stroke of bad luck that would set him back. Instead, he finds himself in an interim world title fight with an even bigger carrot dangling. As you heard earlier on, Turki Al-Sheikh revealed that he had moved on from plans of Canelo versus Terence Crawford and would prefer to make Crawford versus Ortiz. For someone who has had control of their destiny taken away for so long, the power, as we know, is in his hands.
And now, please welcome, as he makes his way to the red corner, the reigning, defending WBC interim super welterweight champion, from Vinnytsia in the Ukraine, Sergey, the Ukrainian monster, Bohachuk.
Video Ortiz never fighting punches like me. This is my weight class.
Well, Sergey Bohachuk has lived by the axiom, discipline crushes class. It's something that was affirmed when he defeated amateur boxing legend Roniel Iglesias in the World Series of Boxing, which foreshadowed the professional success that was to come. In 2021, Bohachuk suffered his first and only loss, a knockout at the hands of Brandon Adams. But since then, says that he's retooled himself both technically and mentally, winning 6 straight, including the biggest win of his career, a decision win over Brian Mendoza last time out. During that rebuilding time period, Bohachuk's home country of Ukraine went to war, and Bohachuk had full intentions of enlisting until his best friend, who was on the front lines, told him, no, you can do more for us by inspiring us in the ring. With a victory, Bohachuk could add to a banner year for Ukrainian boxing, a heavyweight title, an Olympic gold medal, 2 lightweight titles, and perhaps an upset victory over one of boxing's brightest young stars.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, welcome to Michelob Ultra Arena here at Mandalay Bay of Las Vegas. This is Golden Boy Boxing on DAZN, and this is your main event of the evening. It's scheduled for 12 rounds and will be contested for the WBC Interim Super Welterweight Championship. Brought to you by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions in association with Tom Loeffler's 360 Promotions and TGB Promotions. It's presented by Golden Boy Promotions partner Riyadh Season. El Mexicano brand products bringing authentic sabor to your table. Somos El Mexicano. Bet Online, odds for the fights are brought to you by Bet Online and Wild Casino, America's most trusted online casino. Let's get wild. The main event is sanctioned by the World Boxing Council, the president, Mauricio Suleiman, Albert Guerra, supervisor at ringside. The main event is also sanctioned by the State of Nevada Athletic Commission, the chairman, Dallas Hahn, the commissioners, Gregory Bordolin, Alexander G. Chen, Anthony A. Marnell III, and Richard Reveglio. The executive director is Jeff Mullen. Scoring this championship contest, the judges, Max DeLuca, David Sutherland, and Steve Weisfeld. And controlling the action when the bell sounds, the referee in charge is championship veteran Harvey Dock. And now, live from Las Vegas, 12 rounds for the WBC Interim Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Ladies and gentlemen, it's go time! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, the reigning defending champion. He weighed in at 153.8 pounds. As a professional, his impressive record stands with 24 victories, 1 defeat, 23 of those wins coming by way of knockout. From Vinnytsia, Ukraine, now living, training, and fighting out of Los Angeles, please welcome the reigning defending champion, the Ukrainian monster, Serhey Bohachuk. His opponent is the undefeated challenger out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 153.8 pounds. As a professional, his record is perfect. 21 bouts, 21 victories, 21 wins coming by way of knockout. He wears blue with white and gold and hails from Grand Prairie, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, Virgil Ortiz Jr.
I want everybody to get out the ring. All right, you can bring him out. Come on, champ. Okay, boxers, you received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times, touch gloves. Good luck. Thank you.
Well, if you like violence, you've picked the right show to tune in for. Two men who only know knockouts, one way or another, who have asked one another to meet me in the center of the ring. Two men ready to slug it out. Round one of our main event. Serhey Bohachuk, the defending interim champion in the black trunks, the colors of the Ukrainian flag. And Virgil Ortiz, you see him in the blue and gold, firing that right hand over the top immediately.
Yeah, Bohachuk started with that, a slow jab, and Virgil quickly counted over the top. Great head movement right now by Virgil.
See Bohachuk already back to what we expect from him. All offense, all the time. His offense is his defense. Just keep his hands moving. Ortiz a little bit more judicious in his punch output, but nearly everything he throws, Gabe, is heat.
Yes. You know, there's no shots wasted with Virgil. And even though Bohachuk has more volume, Virgil's moving and rolling the shots, and he's countering good.
Very relaxed stance from Ortiz on the outside. And we mentioned the familiarity of these two. Bohachuk, a former Ortiz sparring partner, as Ortiz tries to walk him into a left hook.
Whoa!
Nice shot over the top, but that will be ruled a slip. And you see the smile from both fighters. The right hand seemed to connect. Clearly the footwork issue. The bigger issue at play there, as ruled by referee Harvey Duff.
You know, whoa, that was a great right hand by Bohachuk. You see, right now, what I see Bohachuk's doing is he's applying pressure because he wants Virgil to throw shots. He wants Virgil to throw these shots and catch him in between.
He's now wading his way to the inside, gets caught by a couple uppercuts by Bohachuk, who's just slinging those left hooks as well.
And these guys ain't wasting no time.
This is looking exactly as promised.
Oh, that shot buckled him. He's hurt. Bohachuk's hurt by the overhand right.
And now Ortiz going back downstairs to the body. Bohachuk just trying to smother Ortiz. And maybe work through the effects of that shot.
Bohachuk's legs are wobbled. He doesn't have his legs under him right now.
Ortiz said, go ahead and meet me in the center of the ring. You said you can take my punches. Ortiz daring him to do so right now.
That clubbing overhand right by Virgil is knocking off the equilibrium of Bohachuk. He's rocking him with that shot.
See the power of Ortiz moving the feet of Bohachuk. Nice uppercut from Bohachuk right at the bell.
Miles per hour, 300 sensors, 1.1 million data points a second, sent instantly to the AWS cloud, so AI can generate insights for F1 in real time, to keep millions of fans on the edge of their seats.
So, you know, right here, Bohachuk is testing him. So we're going to see how Virgil does as far as his conditioning in this new weight division.
See the punch output in the high 70s. Nice body shot there from Ortiz as Bohachuk tries to fire back. A chopping right hand from Ortiz. Coming through again.
Virgil keeping that defense tight, looking for an opening.
There's just a nervous tension about this fight game. Both men just throwing bombs non-stop.
Oh, this is do or die for both these guys. This fight is big. Wow, great right hook to the body by Virgil.
Bohachuk trying to come back with a right hand to the body of his own. Ortiz starting to back up Bohachuk. Nice uppercut.
Looks like Virgil got a over the nose.
Ortiz corner. Robert trying to get after the jab. Telling him to keep the jab going.
See what you see Bohachuk right now doing is applying pressure, and his hands go, but he's not committing to the shots. Because what he wants to do is just lure in Virgil into this firefight.
Yeah, this is some of the nuance that we've seen from Bohachuk. He presents as just a pure pressure fighter, but he can counter off the front foot. He's looking to set up those traps.
Absolutely. You know, it's kind of like this tapping away. Think you're safe, and the next thing you know, he lands the big shot.
Right hand that was kind of low for Bohachuk a moment ago. Out of the audience here, but now Ortiz back to the basics. Just popping the jab. This is the posture from Ortiz that we haven't seen a lot of. Lead hand down, looking a little slick on the outside.
You know, he's versatile. He can do a little bit of everything.
Bohachuk banging away to the body with the right hand, but that's a better body shot from Ortiz.
That was a great angle
Huge right hand from Ortiz right at the bell.
If you think you are beaten, you are.
Success begins when nothing's just. Enemy attack!
Right here, Virgil rolling some shots.
Wait.
Setting up Bogacic with that left hook to the body. Doubling up on it. Great body work by Virgil.
Round 3 underway. Absolute slugfest here between Bohachuk and Ortiz, as expected. And normally we start talking about that missed knockdown in the opening round and what that might have in terms of an effect on the scorecard, but we have no expectation that we are going to the scorecard.
Yeah. And you know, I like what Virgil's doing right now. Boxing, setting traps, setting that counter up top with the right hands.
Teeing up landing, Bohachuk 53 to 3, breaking ambiance. Body shot against Ortiz, just squaring up, blocking Bohachuk down. This is the early portions of this round.
Bogacic is a weakness. He needs to start landing to the body. Trying to slow Virgil down. Virgil is applying pressure. Boxing when he wants. Bogacic needs to go more body shots. He's hitting him too much.
Battering rams, beating head-to-head here. Ortiz doing a little what Bohachuk likes to do, just outright smothering pressure. And he's getting the better of these exchanges at the moment.
Yeah, and that's one thing Virgil told us is he said, I'm going to dictate the pace. He's not going to back me up. I'll box when I want to box. I'll apply pressure when I want to apply pressure. And that's what he's doing. See right here, Bogacic needs to throw shots to the body. Headhunting way too much.
Ortiz swimming underneath those hooks from Bohachuk, explicitly targeting the body, and then looking for those uppercuts through the middle.
And you can see that body of Bogacic is starting to get red. Even the arm. Virgil keeps gripping that left hook to the body.
Hard right hand over the top, but back comes Bohachuk in combination. Inside the final minute of round 3.
Whoa.
Every minute of this fight is taking a harsh physical toll on both men.
See, Corey, the difference of these guys trading right now is that Virgil has leverage on his punches, where Bogacic is more of arm shots. So Virgil's getting the better of the exchange.
Bohachuk trying to spin Ortiz around, try and get that leverage back. Ortiz not allowing it. Wow, big uppercut from Ortiz. Right hand to the body as well. This body attack is absolutely relentless. Stiff jab there from Bohachuk. Ortiz falls short. The home right hand. Domination on the inside from Ortiz, and that'll do it for round 3.
Hey, just work little bodies. You're in there, and it's fucking touching you. Little others are trying to go wide when it's low. Just do little short jabs inside, little short right hands. It'll set everything up, the crank and everything. You hear me?
Yeah. How's he looking on that side? He's okay?
You're doing good. He's good. You don't need to. You just don't try too hard. Take your time. It's gonna come by itself. Move. Keep working that fucking
Doing a
body.
good job holding, waiting to counter, okay? But I need you to go uppercut first and then body. Don't go to the body first. I need brava stizo and then leva corpus. I need leva stizo and then brava corpus. Change.
Right here, Virgil setting up a great overhand right, and then finishing with that left hook to the body. And you know, Bogacic he's throwing shots, but there's no leverage on it.
Well, interesting advice in the Bohachuk corner a moment ago as round 4 begins. Gabe, what do you think about that advice? They're telling him, go the uppercut first, then go to the body, trying to give him a little bit of a strategy for these inside moments.
Yeah, and that's great advice because the uppercut is a throwing shot. The uppercut is the setup of the hook to the body. And in Virgil's corner, Robert's asking him, don't try too hard. If it comes to you, you're trying too hard. It's going to come to you, just let your hands go.
And Manny Rhodes is telling him, remember, it's a marathon.
busier the two fighters at this point in the round. He tries to come over the top of the right hand. Ortiz almost exclusively jabbing this round.
Yeah. And you know, one thing is when Virgil's boxing off the back foot, he's looking for that counter right hand off the top, whether it's straight or overhand. He's backing it inside because Bohachuk was intimidating that counter. So now he's working back to the inside.
Body work from Bohachuk, obeying the orders of his corner. Short hooks on the inside as well. Tight work of Bohachuk. Starting to break through here in round 4. Bohachuk very composed in these high-volume slugfests. Continuing to chip away. This has been a pretty good round for Bohachuk.
It's a pretty even round. Good jab by Virgil.
Counter jab on the top there from Ortiz. That's what he's looking for.
Take another deep breath right away. Deep breath, all right?
Well, can Edgar Berlanga do what only Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol have done and pull off the upset and dethrone Canelo Alvarez? A tall task, but something he's confident he will do on Mexican Independence Day in Las Vegas, September 14th, live on DAZN, the home of boxing.
Everything off the jab. Everything off the jab. Touch him, touch him, touch him.
You know, right here, Virgil has his back, has him against the rope, and he's setting up the chopping shots up top, and then finish off to the body.
Seconds out. Seconds out.
And Bohachuk had a pretty good jab right there, but right there you see Virgil quickly counters over the top.
I'm gonna call time. Time. Over here. Over here. Hang on a second. Hang on.
All right, we are just getting word that knockdown that initially was not called a knockdown has been overruled. They've looked at instant replay, and now that was a knockdown in the first round. So, 10-8 round for Sergey Bohachuk in round 1.
You know, that was a good call, because it definitely was a knockdown.
We see instant replay doing its job here in the sport of boxing. The crowd
taking a little too long.
Yeah, the live audience clearly is not hip to what's going on here right now. They just want the action to resume.
And this long break, who does it benefit? You know, it's a high-paced fight. This break is pretty long.
First round, we got a knockdown. That's going to be considered from the first round.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the review.
All right.
Yep. Hang on. You got it. You good.
There you go. Well, you see Bohachuk going in. They want to just get the action going here. Well, there we go. Call overturned officially. And Bohachuk scoring a knockdown on Virgil Ortiz in round 1.
You know, when Virgil's doing this and he's setting traps, he's looking for that counter over the top, that right-hand counter.
Ortiz said throughout the week that he felt that he would be a little on edge in this fight. He categorized it as a good thing. He said, I'm on edge when I feel challenged. But clearly his corner is trying to suppress that a little bit. They're trying to get him to relax.
Yeah, you know, this is a big fight. Bohachuk is game. He's coming. He's walking him down, applying pressure. He's taking some big shots as well.
Ortiz again, just bullying Bohachuk back to the ropes, head down, hands down, targeting the body.
And Bohachuk, he's keeping the defense a lot more tighter now.
We expected this to potentially be the toughest test of Ortiz's career.
Wow, that was a good uppercut by Bohachuk.
Excellent uppercut for Bohachuk. I think what we are seeing is that in Ortiz's career previous to this, he creates anxiety in his opponents immediately. The movement, the threat of that power, you can see it in his opponents. You're not seeing that in the body language of Bohachuk. Even in rounds that he's not winning, you're not seeing him flustered by what's going on.
Absolutely, and that is that he knows Virgil. You know, like, he understands what Virgil brings to the table, and he's prepared for it.
Right hand to the body as Ortiz's corner asking for more combinations.
Stop! You go down. Don't swing it. All right, good.
Right hand to the body again from Ortiz. Goes in on the final 30 seconds of this round. You know, we asked the question, what would familiarity do to this fight? I think we're seeing, listen, Gabe, every fighter has patterns, and clearly these two know one another's.
Yeah.
And so you're seeing, I think particularly in Ortiz, him having to do different things than we've seen him do in the past.
For sure. And you know, and the thing is, it's like Bobber said, stop trying so hard, just let it come to you.
Nice right hand over the top. That one
Great
sent Bohachuk on his heels temporarily. And it bombs away once again right to the back.
Deep breath.
All right, so this was the round one knockdown that was initially ruled a slip, has now been overturned by instant replay here in Nevada.
Yeah, that was a shot in the equilibrium, ear shot. You know, it's one of those shots that kind of knocks your balance off quickly. But Virgil recovered right away.
When you're going inside, you're letting them hit. Even if you have your hand up, it's making it look better.
Hear the instructions in Virgil
Let's
Ortiz's
go,
corner. We
let's
pointed
go.
out that there were times when Ortiz is going to the inside with his hands low because he's targeting the body. They're warning him, hey, keep those hands up.
Hands up. Because, you know, Bohachuk is getting stronger as the fight goes on.
Clubbing right hand there from Bohachuk a moment ago. Round 6 is underway. Bohachuk looking for one of those uppercuts that his corner asked for a couple of rounds ago.
And one thing Bohachuk's doing is when he's jabbing, he's bringing that hand right back immediately, protecting himself from the overhand counter that Virgil's been landing. So Bohachuk is making adjustments. He's thinking in there.
Activating night vision goggles.
Now Bohachuk is the one that's smothering Virgil, taking away the counters.
Well, this is what Bohachuk promised. He said that he would make constant adjustments throughout this fight.
And his defense is nice and tight. You know, he's protecting himself from the short shots that Virgil was landing earlier.
Let's send it over to Beto Duran, who's in the Ortiz corner.
And then Robert Garcia, what do you like so far?
Oh, I think we you know, he's got to continue using the jab. He's boxing really good with the jab, you know, making no miss, but he's got to keep throwing the jab. You know, the last round waited a little and didn't throw too many jabs, and it could have been a very close round.
Is this exactly what you expected?
No, this guy's very tough. You know, we already knew he was tough. You know, we expected a very tough fight, but you know, we're just very strong. So he keeps going. You know, he's not going to stop.
The first round was ruled a knockdown for Bohachuk. What'd you tell him?
No, well, it's part of boxing. You know, there's nothing we could do anymore. We can't change the scorecard, so we got to keep going. There's nothing we can say anymore. It was scored a knockdown, so we just got to live with it.
You think you're winning?
I think we're winning, yes.
How do you finish this?
Well, keep going, keep throwing the jab. Keep fighting smart. Keep fighting smart. If the knockout comes, it comes, but keep throwing that jab.
Thanks, Robert.
Interesting analysis there from Robert Garcia. Maybe the first time Garcia has ever said that, hey, we might have to go to the scorecards and win a fight here with Virgil Ortiz. Stiff jab there from Ortiz a moment ago. See the posture of Bohachuk really carrying that left hand high, protecting from that overhand right that Ortiz has been trying to line up for a couple of rounds now.
Yeah, and Bohachuk has lined up Virgil for a good right hand off the top. Bohachuk has a nice stiff jab that he's starting to use. Every time he steps forward, he steps up with that stiff jab. Right here when there's distance, he closes the distance quickly with a jab.
Nice uppercut from Ortiz, though. There were a couple of body shots in that sequence also. As the punch output of Bohachuk just does not stop.
Is that when he stopped?
A night not to be missed is headlined by a special live concert from KSI as Misfits Boxing celebrates its 2-year anniversary with an extravaganza of crossover boxing on August 31st in Dublin.
This round was good. That's a lot of good shots this round. Right? Keep that shit going, all right? Stay busy. Keep backing them up, all right? Smart. Real smart.
We've got hostiles in the area. Hostile identified. Over there.
So these two go back to work, Bohachuk and Ortiz in this WBC interim super welterweight title fight. Defending champion Bohachuk, the challenger Virgil Ortiz. We heard earlier on the broadcast from Turkey Al-Sheikh. Ortiz versus Terrence Crawford next. If Ortiz can get through this fight, which is not a guarantee, as Bohachuk is absolutely bringing it in this fight.
Yeah, a lot of these rounds are close rounds.
Goddamn well, there's nothing
You know, Virgil earlier in the fight was dominating, but these middle rounds right here are pretty close. You know, and you know that's probably Bohachuk who's making adjustments. Right there, that's a good set.
Heads up, boys. I think someone's out here.
Right uppercut, then left hook to the body. Nice left hook by Virgil.
That's the counter left hook that Ortiz has used to score so many knockouts on his way up.
Right there, you see Bohachuk doubling up the right hand.
All right, let's get word from the Bohachuk corner. Let's send it back over to Beto Duran.
And Manny Robles, the head trainer, said talk to Edgar Hassel, number 2, but they have worked in unison. Vito, what do you see from your fighter?
I think we like what you know how he's working. He's throwing those good uppercuts. We want him to stay a little closer and work the uppercuts in the body a little bit more.
Earlier, Manny told me that you guys told the Bohachuk that it's the marathon. You got to chop wood. You got to get after it. And you guys think it's the game plan.
Get down, we got that little by little. I feel like Virgil's getting a little bit tired. Bohachuk's going to take over.
This is the kind of fight you guys expect?
Nice goal. Everything on the line.
It's close. How do you feel like you guys are doing? You winning?
Yeah, I think it's close. I think we're up by 1.
Edgar Hassel.
Light him up. Thank you so much, guys. Bohachuk enjoying a little bit of a rally there during that interview, but back comes Ortiz, trying to stop that momentum in his tracks. Get it.
Good shots right there. Clean shots.
We're in the corner of Bohachuk speculating that Ortiz might be getting tired. Gabe, do you see him supporting him?
You know, both fighters, it does seem that Virgil's a little more fatigued. It looks like it's kind of Virgil a little bit.
for round 7.
Get it.
The crowd understandably loving this one as we take a look back at some of the highlights from round 7.
That was a great counter left hook by Virgil. And Bohachuk's right there pecking with that jab. Nice right uppercut. Cleans it up with the overhand, with the straight right hand. Landed flush, doubling it up right there. You know, both guys are landing great shots in that round. You know, it's just, what do you like?
Seconds out. Seconds out.
Smoked him.
Let's go.
I'll
Let's
say
go.
that's
Let's
about
go.
it there.
Right corner.
Hit him where it hurts.
As round 8 begins, we enter interesting territory in this fight. Remember earlier in our broadcast, Beto Duran was speaking with Ring Magazine editor Dougie Fisher, and he speculated, as others have too, that if the fight could get to this territory, into the later rounds, that perhaps it then becomes a Bohachuk fight.
You know, that could be true.
Everybody's clear. Coming to you.
The thing that I see now with Virgil is he wants to hurt Bohachuk so bad that the shots are coming at the same speed. So now is allowing Bohachuk to read the rhythm of Virgil where he can brace for these punches. Virgil needs to go back to setting shots up, changing the speed, where then he can catch Bohachuk when he least expects it.
Hard right hand down the middle from Bohachuk a moment ago, and then a nice uppercut as well, but Ortiz comes over the top with a right hand of his own. Left hook, and Ortiz says no, but I think the gloves touch the ground.
5, 6, 7,
Wow, that happened so quick, I didn't even see the shot.
Second knockdown of the fight. Ortiz is fired up, but they all count the same. Bohachuk with 2 knockdowns now in this fight.
You know, the shot that's working for Virgil is the overhand right. So Virgil needs to figure out a way of how he can set that shot up and hurt Bohachuk. Because right now, there's 2 knockdowns in the favor of Bohachuk. That's 10-8 rounds.
2 10-8 rounds for Bohachuk.
And it's a close fight. See that overhand right there from Virgil? That's the money shot. Virgil has to set that up. Virgil has him hurt. Virgil has him hurt.
Trying to get it back.
Oh!
Ortiz is going wild here in the 8th round.
And this is why you love Virgil Ortiz. The man goes down, gets back up, and he's going for the kill.
Ortiz was on the floor and he bounced it back, looking to get it back immediately. Nice body shot there from Bohachuk. Ortiz trying to break through with massive uppercuts.
Virgil's looking for that big overhand right.
Down.
Setting it up, trying to set it up with them jabs.
Final 10 seconds
Whoa.
of a brutal and fascinating boxing. And Bohachuk feeling that right hand. What a round.
So Bohachuk gets the knockdown, but Virgil had his moment. That could be a 9-8 round.
I got it. One man waist. Water.
You got Bobby losing his head.
You know, Virgil was throwing a shot, so he kind of lost his balance, but he did get clipped. See right here, shot lands, he throws his hook, kind of loses his balance, but
Bohachuk trying to keep Ortiz off of him, but right now is just trying to maul his opponent. See the blood leaking down from underneath the eye of Vergil Ortiz now. This has been a brutal high-contact fight that in some ways has looked exactly like we thought it would, in others, entirely different.
Oh, that was a good left hook right there by Bohachuk.
Uppercut from Bohachuk as well. Chance of Ortiz starting to rain down here in the Michelob Ultra Arena. The left hook from Bohachuk rains down.
Reloading. Okay, boys, let's get him.
Nice, go Sleet.
Vergil was pressing right here, jabbing.
Sniper's about to fire.
With a good right hand.
I'm reloading.
You know, in the corner of Ortiz, Brock Purcell to stop looking for that one big shot.
Shit, drone operator. Rush. Got it.
Round 10 begins. Vergil Ortiz has talked a couple fights now about how there's more that he hasn't shown yet. Because frankly, he's never heard Robert Garcia talking about in the corner. Don't throw one shot, don't load up. That's worked throughout his entire career. No one's been able to stand up to those shots. But tonight, Bohachuk has. And Ortiz is looking for answers.
Well, that's the thing, you know, Bohachuk knows him so loud. He's just able to mentally prepare himself for what Vergil brings to the table. And when you can do that, you can take these shots. It's a mental game. Loading up on hooks right there.
See the CompuBox totals for power punches. Vergil Ortiz outstanding Bohachuk 130.
Great trend sight.
Smoked him. Bohachuk outthrowing Ortiz in that category.
There it is. And I like this thing for Vergil. You know,
Thank you so much, Beto.
a great rhythm right now for Virgil.
His right hand over
that right hand hurt Bogacic. That right hand hurt him. And the reason it hurt him is because Virgil's making the adjustment of boxing, setting up the big shot.
Let's fucking win this next round, all right? The way you're fucking finishing, I want you to don't give them those fucking rounds, all right? Yeah. At the last 10 seconds, don't let them steal the rounds, all right? You give me the finish with 3 or 4 punch combinations.
Right here, Virgil just closing the distance. Right here, he tapped his hand, his lead hand down to open up that overhand right. Great, smart move. Crafty tactic right there. And Bogacic's coming with that right uppercut, finishing with the left hook. It's a great round for both fighters, but I feel that Virgil kind of controlled
Second
that
down,
last round.
second down. Let's go.
This fight could very much depend on what happens in these final 2 rounds. 2 knockdowns officially scored by Bohachuk, so you know he's got 2 10-8 rounds in the bank.
You know, Virgil, you can see he wants to hurt him bad. He's starting off the round with 2 big overhand bites. But go back to your boxing. Go back to setting traps. Go back to that jab, just as he's doing now. This rhythm right here is throwing Bogacic off. See, this is great boxing right here, where Virgil's making adjustments, jabbing to the body, jabbing the top.
Well, it's provided, if you're Ortiz and you're his corner, if you feel you can win this fight on the scorecards, this might be the best approach, because has he hurt Bohachuk? Maybe, but he hasn't had him in trouble. Those are 2 very different things.
For sure.
So I don't know that you can depend on just going all out as he was earlier in this fight and going for it that way.
And I think that the opportunity of getting the knockout is greater with setting traps rather than applying pressure, because when you apply pressure, Bogacic can brace for those big punches.
Right.
Where now these shots are sneaky, is the shot you don't see coming is a shot that hurts you. That's a good right hand right there by Bogacic.
Ortiz tries to come back with body shots. Stiff jab from Bohachuk a moment ago as well.
Keep him up, keep him up.
Wow,
Right hand from Bohachuk. Another good right hand from him. And but back home. And that left hook might have Bohachuk.
Oh, he's hurt.
Bohachuk on wobbly legs. Virgil Ortiz fighting through the fire all night long.
Man, you gotta love the heart of Bogacic. He's been hurt several times in this fight, and he stays on his feet and he fights back.
Inside the final minute of round 11, as Ortiz finally cracked Bohachuk. Bohachuk has looked like a cyborg all night long, just constantly pressing forward, non-stop volume. And he seems to have recovered somewhat, Gabe.
And I like that Virgil realized that and went right back to boxing.
Big right hand from Bohachuk, and another one.
Boom. And Virgil right back, left hook to the body, right hand up top.
Just otherworldly recuperative abilities from Bohachuk, getting buzzed by one of the biggest punchers in boxing and coming back. Titanic right hands. What a round of boxing.
Man, that was a great round.
Get some water. Relax. Nice and relax. Virgil, how'd you got it?
Last round.
3 minutes to go, Virgil. 3 minutes, okay?
And Virgil was setting some traps. Right hand, left hook, body. And it was just great adjustments that Virgil made in the round to box and set up the big power shots, where Bogacic did not see the shots coming, and that's what got him hurt.
seconds up.
Big left hook right there, man. And Bohachuk got a beard on him.
Well, every once in a while, fights live up to the promotional hoopla around them. But not often do they actually exceed them. And that is what we're seeing right now. A spectacular fight between Bohachuk and Ortiz. And come down low as Ortiz has Bohachuk off balance once more.
Bohachuk's hurt bad. He's wobbling. He's wobbling around the ring. Can Virgil finish him?
Bohachuk's heart will not betray him, but his legs might. Wobbled in the opening minute of the final round, but still pressing forward.
And you know what's creating these opportunities for Virgil? The adjustment of boxing. That's what you see in great fighters.
Look at that right hand from Bohachuk.
Oh, 2 right hands by Bohachuk. 3 right hands by Bohachuk.
Gotta have bad guys in this. Got a hostile.
Stop. Stay off his head. Give me some time.
Breaking the momentum for some loose tape. This may benefit Bohachuk.
Come in.
Minute 37 remaining in this contest. High drama here in Las Vegas.
South is down.
Watch out.
2 knockout artists going toe-to-toe, giving and taking one another's best shots.
You go next, lady. Target's got body cover.
I don't know what he's been getting hit with that overhand right all day.
Just right.
Trying to carry that lead hand high, trying to guard against that same shot, but it's his right hand. Just now breaking through.
Got a house file over there.
On the inside, as we're inside the final minute. Oh, great counter. Wicked body shot from Ortiz. The right hand to the body, and Bohachuk is backing up.
Scanning the perimeter. We're outnumbered. Keep your guard up.
Crowd here in Las Vegas.
That guy's lying.
This crowd is getting their dollars worth. Every cent that they paid for their ticket here tonight.
Over there.
These guys are making it worth it.
Come back toward after me. Time to shine, buddy.
More firepower, bitches. I ain't complaining.
Final 10 seconds. Ortiz and
Solid kill.
Bohachuk
Light him up.
built different. What a fight.
And I said it could be fighting of the year. That right there was, it don't get no better than that.
That was everything that you could have asked for. And that was everything that Virgil Ortiz could fight off. We are not used to seeing Virgil Ortiz in that kind of condition.
12 batteries out.
You know, both fighters
Use it right about now.
great will. You know, Bohachuk not going down. And he gave him big shots. 3 big shots. Right here, Virgil. Right hand finishing to the body. Bohachuk just throwing back, firing away. Right there, he loses his balance. Virgil trying to set a trap, but he gets caught with that right hand, dead in the chin.
Well, after some mild trash talk over the last couple of days, now you see Team Bohachuk and Team Ortiz. Two teams that bring the
Heads up! We're not alone.
for so long over the years, coming together, an understandable respect.
You're here! I got eyes on
Virgil Ortiz has never heard the scorecards before.
Heads up! We have hostiles out here. Be on your guard. On you! Shoot them! Shoot them!
Moving large right
Virgil, I feel, with the majority of
Great fire! Get him! Smoke him, boys! Smoke him!
Sergey Bohachuk, a plus 350 underdog in some places, maybe more in others.
Way to get it done!
Over Virgil Ortiz. For these two men, obviously they viewed this as a fight that they're both going to have to earn. Bohachuk was convinced that he could beat Virgil Ortiz Jr., and we see why.
Yeah.
We're going to find out if he was right.
All right, Las Vegas, let's make some noise. All action across 12 championship rounds this evening with WBC hardware on the line. We now go to the judges' scorecards. Max DeLuca scored this contest 113-113, a draw. Overruled by David Sutherland and Steve Weisfeld, who each had it 114-112 in favor of your winner by majority decision, and the new interim super welterweight champion of the world from Grand Prairie, Texas, the undefeated Virgil Ortiz Jr.
Virgil Ortiz Jr. overcomes 2 knockdowns to pick up the majority decision victory. You heard the scorecards, 113-113 even, and then 114-112 twice for Ortiz. You heard some boos here in the audience, and certainly people are going to debate this one.
But you know, Virgil did well in the middle rounds, and then he goes down, but he gets back up, and that was a round that could be a 9-8 round because he won the round when he got back up. And the last 4 rounds, Virgil definitely put him in the bag.
Well, let's take a look back at the highlights from this one. And this entire fight is basically a highlight tape. A brutal war between Ortiz and Bohachuk.
Rematch worthy.
Sure.
Rematch worthy, and Bohachuk deserves a rematch. He could have easily won the fight. It was a close fight. The scores were not wide, so they make sense, but Bohachuk could have easily won the fight. You know, he should be proud. He put on a great performance against one of the top guys in the division.
Well, he certainly seems to be, seemingly sharing a happy moment with his family there a moment ago. Listen, he might not have won this fight, but he has won the fandom, the hearts of the fans that have tuned in. He might win Fight of the Year.
What is it?
I know it's a harsh consolation prize. What do you want? But this was an extraordinary fight between two titanic punchers that, again, were able to withstand one another's best shots all night long.
Yeah, and you know, I think what saved it for Virgil was the championship rounds. He closed those last 4 rounds, especially the championship rounds, and he got them. And he desperately needed those rounds.
All right, looks like we are going to hear from Virgil Ortiz, who is standing by with Beto Duran.
You heard them say, new. What did you think?
Bro, it's like I said before in my interviews, it's been since I was 5 years old putting in this work, straight from school, going to work, like going to the gym, doing my homework and going to sleep every day. Turned pro, it was all day business, 24/7 boxing, and it's finally paid off. It feels great.
You go the distance for the first time in your career. You hit the deck twice. How hard was this fight for you?
Hey, look, I don't think those should have been knockdowns. The second one, for sure. You know, the first one, I felt like I hit his foot or some shit. I'm not making no excuses. But anyways, I felt like I did enough. I showed that, I proved everyone wrong that said that I'm washed. I can't fight at 154. I can't go the distance, see what's going to happen to me after the 9th round. I read all those comments. All of that fueled me, you know, and I'm the best in the world right now, and I'm going to keep showing it.
Why are you paying attention to people saying those comments?
You know what? As much as I want to say that people's opinions don't matter, they do. You know, I fight for the fans. You know, it's electrifying hearing the crowd excited to watch me fight, and you know, it means the world to me. So I do take people's opinions in consideration, but at the end of the day, I know I put in the work and I deserve everything I got.
You were 18 years old at Cowboy Stadium. Oscar De La Hoya said, this young man is going to be a world champion. It was only your second pro fight. It happened. How hard has this road been for you?
You know what? I want to say it's been extremely hard, but with my work ethic, with my team behind me, with my dad pushing me, it's easy.
Earlier, we did an interview with His Excellency, Turk Al-Sheikh. He said, forget Tim Tszyu, the fight he wants to make is Bud Crawford and Virgil Ortiz.
Let's do it, man. I'm ready for a challenge, man. I think Bud is probably #1 pound for pound in the world, and I want to show that I got what it takes to beat him.
Robert Garcia told us that you guys were in the gym talking about if you won the lottery and you got $500 million, would you still fight? You said yes, because you can't buy a world title. Now you have that belt around your waist. How does that feel?
It feels great, but now we got to fight the winner of Fundora and Spence. That's what we're after right now.
You just won, everybody. Congratulations, the new world champion, Virgil Ortiz.
Thank you so much.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. And let's get a picture.
So Virgil Ortiz picks up the WBC's interim 154-pound title in an absolute classic here in Las Vegas.
Man, you know, it's a